Hi, this is Greg Young, otherwise known as Orange Klaxon, here to tell you the big news about cloud conformity and Trend Micro. So, the news is going out today for the acquisition of cloud conformity by Trend. I'm here to give you my take on what that means. So, first, what market is this in? Cloud conformity is in the cloud security posture management market, or CSPM. CSPM is very laser focused on the configurations of your cloud installations. So whereas a lot of other security technologies are about preventing vulnerabilities from being exploited or watching traffic as it goes by in line, CSPM is an offline or out of band technology which pulls the cloud configurations to look at them for security relevant information. So some of the sort of classic use cases would be for open S3 buckets. That's kind of the big newsworthy one out there, where if you've unintentionally exposed your cloud workloads to places that they shouldn't be exposed, that sort of simple misconfiguration error, particularly where it's an unfamiliar environment, that causes big security exposures. Another one is just compliance. There's so many settings out there, and making sure they're set correctly. Are you in compliance with the regulations or standard that you're seeking to be in your cloud installations? And the last is things like billing. Spending money, making sure that there's not a intentional or unintentional denial of service attack. So these are the kinds of configuration issues that CSPM fixes. There's other technologies out there that sit, sort of inline or actively, such as, cloud workload protection platforms like, Trends Deep Security, or, cloud access security brokers, or CASB, where it sits sort of inline watching for things or encrypting it. CSPM, as I mentioned, sort of pulls these configurations in an offline manner and can help you make decisions with it. It's really interesting when you look at the applications for what machine learning can be and AI down the road on this technology as well. Because the really exciting thing about CSPM is it's a force multiplier of your staff. So hard to find skilled cloud security people today, and it's needed, especially if, with these deployments. So the CSPM specifically sort of acts like experts to help you find these problems, especially for multi-cloud. If you've got staff, even if they're familiar with one sort of cloud security configuration environment, if they're thrown into a new one, sometimes by surprise, to say, hey, look, we've got this new application out there, new workloads, you have to secure it. Oh, by the way, it's got to be in compliance as well. The auditors will be here in a week. That's the kind of challenge that this helps you with. So it's really meant to be a lever to get you safer into the cloud more quickly. And again, it doesn't have to be an exposed application or an active one either. This can be, of course, run on your dev and test environments before they're exposed, to see if you're in security compliance before you go out actively and the bad guys start kicking the tires on your cloud security. So that's where the market kind of fits in. Again, it's for these self-inflicted vulnerabilities. It's an out-of-band mechanism, and it's really tuned for things like machine learning and AI uses as well, especially in the light of these, security staff shortages out there, where there just, aren't a whole, population of cloud security experts looking to be employed at your company in short notice. I think I've kind of explained how this sort of overlaps. If you look at this diagram, it'll show where CSPM fits. It's non-inline. It's pulling that configuration, and it can pull it, of course, from multiple kinds of environments as well. It's also nice that the amount of exposure you have to your credentials and the like is quite minimal. So the CSPM itself does not become a target for the bad guys because although it contains configuration information, it doesn't contain key security relevant information, so you don't have to sort of give the keys to your kingdom away to allow the CSPM to work. So the amount of overlap is interesting in that there's none with the existing Trend product suite. It is, however, extremely complementary because it's in cloud. We've got deep security and other products, and we announced just very recently the partnership with Sneak, where again, a very DevOps focused technology. In the case of cloud conformity, the availability is going to be immediate and the value is immediate. So whereas we're looking at integration down the road, extensive integration, There's value today that even if you're not using other Trend Micro products today, CSPM has value. Everybody needs their cloud security tuned and configured correctly. Whether you do it yourself or with the assistance of one of these products, that's kind of the decision. And clearly, the more complex things are, the more complexity you need to wade through, and technology can be a help with that. What about the company? So what about Cloud Conformity? Well, I had a small part to play in the early parts of this adventure, and looking at the companies. And this was the one that I liked the most because it went deep, very, very deep into the technology. Instead of trying to be the, everything to everybody, they just went, hey, we're going to do cloud security configuration management, and we're going to go really, really deep on it. The company has headquarters in Australia and dev teams and people elsewhere, such as in Montreal, Canada. So it's actually very Trend-like that way. Trend's a global company. The bad guys don't respect geography, so we like global nature. What I particularly like is the DevOps nature. Bill McGee, one of our SVPs said, Cloud Conformity just gets DevOps and they get cloud security, and I thought that really captures the spirit of the company. So they really fit with Trend's cloud strategy and the push into cloud security and doing this right. And the immediate availability means that it's interesting that way as well. We can right out of the gate, we've got this deep technology available. So that is a really quick sort of look at where CSPM is and what the Cloud Conformity acquisition by Trend means. There's some acquisitions, they're just kind of a few features or something like that. But I think this really moves the needle for the Trend cloud security strategy. When we looked at whether to sort of build or buy, and you go through the mathematics and the decision making on that, it was just so nice to find a product that says, hey, this is exactly the product we would design in the spirit we would design it, the way our DevOps focused security customers are telling us it should be designed. And the acquisition happened with the one that we like the most. So very exciting news. There's going to be a lot more information available today and in the days coming. So thank you again for watching this, and hopefully your cloud security journey will be a little more exciting after today. So thanks, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.